is good to be in the house of the Lord on today.
Amen.
And I know the Lord has something great to speak to us about. If you can turn this morning to the book of 2 Corinthians. 2 Corinthians. Chapter number 10. We've been studying on how to capture our thoughts. And I believe that it's so important today if we do. There was pretty much three incidents that happened that I want to bring to your attention. Maybe you have heard it in the news or seen it in the news or read it on the internet. And I thought it was so important for us to understand what happens when we don't. The first thing I want to talk to you about this morning that I was reading happened in Kentucky. It says a relative, it says spat began Kentucky rampage that killed 6 people. A man facing eviction over his hostile temper became enraged by how his wife cooked his eggs. I'm quite sure when he got up that morning, he did not think that he would kill 6 of his relatives. I'm quite sure he didn't think about that the week before. But when you don't correct your thoughts and you allow your thoughts to dictate your life, these are the things that can happen. It goes on to says that he killed her. He chased her to his neighbor's house, shot her, shot 3 of his neighbors with a shotgun, and turned the gun and killed himself. Over eggs. One of his relatives says, "That's crazy." I mean, just crazy, because his eggs wasn't hot. It's crazy, isn't it? It is. People that doesn't know how to capture their thoughts. And I also was reading in an article that this wasn't his first incident. He'd been in trouble before with his neighbors, his relatives. All of them live in this community together. So it wasn't something that they wasn't familiar. It just escalates. You know, when you don't do something about your behavior, it escalates. You don't know how to capture your thoughts, it escalates. It gets worse. Don't get any better, it get worse. So they had seen his enraged before, but not to the magnitude, because he failed to capture his thoughts. Also, we know about the man that in Florida, where this pastor in Florida that wanted to burn the Quran. Like, he want to get a point across. A pastor want to get his point across that Muslim is, he says in his article, they are radicals, very radicals and dangerous. There are some Christians today as radical and dangerous too. So we need to go ahead and burn the Bible too, shouldn't we? Thinking. He said God told him to burn the Quran. Now I'm thinking to myself about just listening to this fool, because that's what he is, a fool. Now, why would God tell a man to burn a Quran when God already know, and people know that there's some crazy folks out there? Amen. And don't matter what religion you are, there's just some crazy folks out there. And God will tell him. And he had the nerve enough to compare what he did to Abraham sacrifices his son, Isaac. He had the nerve enough to compare his doing. And I thought, how bad it is that we don't stoop that low, but shouldn't be surprised. Just the thing is, his mission, he says, was completed. He got to New York. I'm quite sure he got there free. Maybe he wanted to get there free. Yeah, maybe that was his mission, getting there free. I don't know. But he said his mission was completed on Friday, when he got to New York, and he didn't get a chance to speak to someone concerning, they want to build his mosques, his Muslim mosques, on the ground of where all those people died during 9/11. It's sad. It is. That just makes the whole church body of Christians look like tyrants too. That's what we look like because of one fool in a congregation that backed this fool. Isn't it something? They want to say God told him to stand down. His words, stand down. Amen. And this third article I thought was surprising to me. It says a Kraft shooting suspect charged with murder. Kraft Foods. It said, I think it was in Pennsylvania. Shooting suspect and victim argued for years, friends say. Woman who allegedly shot 3 co-workers, killing 2 at Kraft plant Thursday night, has been charged